All right. Hello, everyone. We're coming back to you again. I'm still in Greece and Susan in Sedona. We're just
Still here?
want to, we're trying to discuss about things that are happening in our lives. And we're really not discussing anything about the energy, but we're going to spring it on you, as Susan said. So let's see what the surprise is about. But for my for my part here is to say that we're coming close to the eclipse, and I already personally started feeling it yesterday and the day before, and it feels like this energy of, like, I feel like I want to I want to move. I want to move forward. I don't want to be stagnant. Does it make sense what I'm talking about, Susan? I feel like this energy, a lot of people probably feeling there's a lot of stagnation, but we want to move. We want things to happen. We want changes. Be careful what you ask, of course, but that's what I'm thinking in my life. And I see that a lot of people are feeling like that here too. It's like they want to keep moving, keep changing. They don't want to sit still. There's a lot of that energy going on here. So let's see what Susan has to say about Sedona.
Exactly.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Exactly. But for me, it feels like the pause button has been pushed. So the pause button has been pushed on people's lives, even though they want to go forward, and there's lots of changes going on in people's lives and lots of new direction, and everybody's excited for this new movement. But there's a pause button that has been pushed. And right before I came to full consciousness this morning, I heard there's an auditor that's checking in. So an
Wow.
auditor is someone who checks and balances. What's going on here? How is it going to balance out? So I think some of that is just a checking in to see, is this the best for you? Is there some kind of tweaking that needs to be done before you move so that it is your accounts are in line? So yeah, it's interesting that you're over in Greece, I'm in Sedona, and we've still got the same energy going on. So it is absolutely
Yeah,
planetary.
and
So
it's very, very interesting to figure out that kind of, how do you say, that pause button. I didn't even think about it like that. You're very right about that. That's what it feels to me. Yesterday actually felt like I'm paused, but I know there's something's coming, something big is coming,
right.
and I don't know what that is. I can't really figure it out, but it's something big coming.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I do believe that once this eclipse is over, and there are two eclipses in July. The
Yes.
first one's July the 2nd in the United States here. So it may be everyone just needs to wait and see how things look after we go into that darkness and come back out again.
I agree.
So yeah,
I agree, because you asked me before we started about me finding a place to move, because I'm changing houses, just to let you know, everyone. But I haven't found it yet, but I know it's coming and it will be the right thing. So, yesterday I felt not stagnant, but just paused. It was like, what's going on? It was a really strange energy. And today things changed and I'm busy all day. I haven't said, a minute. So maybe
yeah.
tomorrow I will have another pause button. And
Well, it's a
I don't know.
good thing to have that pause because maybe some things need to be realigned, need to be rebalanced. The accounting needs to look at before you move, so it will absolutely be in your best interest versus, if you take that pause off too soon, maybe it's going to be a jumbled message.
Yeah, and
So,
if you choose something that is not the right thing for you, you're choosing out of, being hasty or
right,
you're running away
right.
from something, then you're right. You're not going to make the right choices. But I'm so glad that Sedona and Greece is having the same energy.
Well, I jokingly, I have a friend, and she would do things almost prematurely. She wouldn't take the pause, and it's like, oh no, you pushed the buttons too soon.
Yes.
So it's like, it's wonderful that we're not being allowed to push that button too soon. It's like, now we're on the pause button right now, and then you'll know when it's time to, like, okay, push play again.
But
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I think people like to keep moving so they don't feel how do you say,
Right.
there's nothing going on in their lives, they don't feel bored. But for me, when I sit in that pause, I feel like I surrender. I don't know if that
Yeah.
makes sense to you, but for me, it's a total surrender and trusting the universe that the right house we're going to show up, the right energy is going to come, the right work is going to, everything's going to show up on the right time, even if I'm sitting still doing nothing.
Right. So it is that trusting. It is
I
that
agree.
trusting. I tell people it's like rest whenever you can, because you're going to need that energy for, I mean, you can imagine when whatever machinery that you paused and then it starts, it's like it's got to rev back up and get going. And it could be going with some intensity and fastness and abruptness.
You're
So
right.
make sure you take that time to pause, relax, because when it comes, it may come with an intense force. So you want your energy for it.
And trust is the big thing. Trust is the big thing. I agree with you 100%. Trust is like, trust the universe, and the right thing's going to open up. Just ask for the signs. That's the important thing for me. Also,
Yeah.
just to find the right place, or to find the right job, or to find the right, place to be. So
Yeah. Well, for me, I always say follow the energy. And right now, if it's on pause, there's no energy to really follow. And even
exactly.
though you thought you were going to go one way, when the pause button goes off, maybe it's a different direction that's certainly going to be much better for you. So
I
trust that whatever it is going to be better for you than previously.
I agree. So let's see how this eclipse is going to take place, because it's already, the energy is already
Yeah.
happens 14 days before and 14 days after, so this is going to be an intense one. I don't know if the second one is as intense, the moon one, because I think the solar one is more intense, according to what I've been feeling and, hearing astrologically. So anyway, well, that's the energy of the week. You got it. It's in, Greece and halfway there around the world in Sedona, which actually, Greece and Sedona is in the same latitude, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except Sedona doesn't have the water.
Yeah. We got the red rocks. We got the vortexes.
Well, we do have a lot of sacred places here, but but the water is another sacred energy, So, but it's interesting we're in the same latitude, because whenever the weather is in Greece, when I ask my mom when I'm in Sedona, it's very similar weather. We get very similar weather. So how's the weather in Sedona?
It's hot. I mean, hot for me is mid 90s, or middle and mid 90s is hot for me. So I mean, it's summer. So, and the monsoons haven't started yet, so
It will
a little
cool
warm.
off.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you for listening to us again. Thank you for being part of our little discussion. And please just subscribe to our button, and push the subscribe button, so we can keep coming to you with the energy from all over the world. So thank you so much. Thank you, Susan, again. I really, really appreciate and love connecting with you. It's so much fun.